I'm now going to reflect on the governance and management of the Sydney Cross-City Tunnel. The New South Wales Government made the decision of necessity of a cross-city tunnel through Sydney. The RTA put forward a proposal for the purpose of relieving traffic congestion in central Sydney, improving the reliability of public transport and providing a safer environment and improved amenities for vehicles, cyclists and pedestrians. This was to be done by reducing congestion, improving travel times, higher service reliability for buses, improved access to and movements for pedestrians and vehicles, safer and more pleasant environments with better urban designs, and better air quality and reduced air traffic noises. The RTA decided upon a private partnership, largely due to pursuing a debt-reducing strategy at the time. There were issues and a high probability that the construction of the tunnel would be delayed due to other demands for public funds, if it was funded publicly, risking their AAA credit rating. The RTA's expected costs on the tunnel was to be $98 million. The ultimate intention being for the government was to minimise its financial exposure, delivering the project at no cost to itself. So it put up the job for tender. The project would be a public-private partnership. Organisations would pay to build the tunnel, but revenue would be generated for them, and it would be created by tolls on the road, while the government would get the tunnel built, relieving congestion and taking over ownership of the tunnel after a specified amount of time. The tender submissions were based on both price and various other non-price criteria. These included the project structure, participants and organisations, the design and construction, the initial traffic management and safety plan, the initial project for plans for quality assurance, project management, environmental management, design and construction, and operation and management of the project. There were 3 bidders on the project, including the eTube Consortium, Sydney City Tunnel Company, and the Cross City Motorway Consortium, also known as the CCM Consortium. CKI, a leading company in the infrastructure sector in mainland China and Hong Kong, was a majority shareholder in the business partnership of the CCM, which also included Bilfinger Berger AG, a worldwide leading construction company. The CKI had substantial experience in infrastructure in China and Hong Kong. However, they had very little experience in the Australian market. As they really wanted to get their feet on the ground in Australia to expand, they looked into alternatives that might allow them to win the tender. To do this, they explored and decided to go ahead with the business consideration fees. They also found that if they lengthened the tunnel by 300 metres and increased the depth at the eastern end by 30 metres, they could increase the tunnel's capacity by an extra 17,000. They also were very lenient and overestimated the amount of traffic that could be flowing through the tunnel. When the CCM Consortium won the tender for the project, they took over the decision-making role, while the government expected to be kept in the loop with the financial state of the project. The CKI, although they had a lot of experience in infrastructure in Hong Kong and China, obviously they had very little in Australia. This meant that they had this may have been one of the most detrimental factors that resulted in the failure of the project, as they didn't know Australians and the way they worked and their opinions on money. They trusted and over-forecasted the estimates for the amount of traffic flowing through the tunnel at a specified rate or at a specified cost. The public was very frustrated by the government's lack of ownership during the project, and hence didn't support and didn't utilise the tunnel, choosing alternative routes. The CCM Consortium didn't do ample research. Their eyes were blinded by the aspect of big profits. Because of this, by 2006 the government had to take charge of the project as it went into receivership. The necessity of the tunnel by the government's decision has also been questioned, as the people chose to continue to use congested roads rather than the tunnel after it was built.